Here are a few things that you need to keep in mind if you are looking to hire a nanny. So many of y'all responded to my video about being able to ask for help and accept and receive help. That I decided to make this video and do a little series about the different types of help that you can get that are available to you, as a woman who is trying to run a household. The first one that I'm going to start off with is nanny. That is something that I get the most questions about is, how do you hire a nanny, some requirements of the nanny, and some of the things that you have your nanny do. First of all, I'm going to give you a little bit of background. I started with my nanny, the current nanny that I have, about a year and a half ago. I actually found her with an agency that is here in the Atlanta area, but there's a few different ways that you can hire a nanny. Ways that I've used in the past, that I also went and used on this search, and I got a lot of good applicants. The first one is going to be care.com. I used care.com in the past for a previous nanny. I also had a nanny right when the pandemic started because I decided I was going to homeschool my kids. But I also run businesses, and honestly, I don't feel like I'm that great of a teacher. So nanny was an option that I use in order to help with that transition for me pulling my kids out of school to having them home full time and also homeschooling them as well. Questions that you probably want to ask when you're interviewing your nanny. You definitely want to get a background check. Do not skip a background check. I don't care how much it costs you. I don't care how inconvenient it is. Do not skip background checks. That's one of the reasons why I like care.com, because it does it for you. You can request a background check right inside of the app. It's an option that you can request right there from any of your applicants. Just do it. All right, I know it can be inconvenient, but do it. You don't know what these people have in their records. You just never know. There's so much crazy stuff going on out here these days. Check everybody. I don't care what they look like, how old they are. I don't care if they look like they're nice, they look like they come from a great family. Check everybody. The second thing you want to make sure you do is you want to be very, very clear on what your expectation of a nanny in your household is, okay? You want to make sure, number one, that you have, a very realistic expectation, okay? Because a nanny is not a housekeeper. They might do a little bit of light cleaning or light cooking and, maybe run a couple errands and stuff like that. But their primary job is going to be to care for your kids. And honestly, you want it to be that way, because if you get a nanny and you create that same, busyness that you have within yourself that you're trying to hire a nanny to solve, now you're going to be yourself as the mom. You're going to be super busy. You're going to make the nanny super busy. And at the end of the day, your child is not going to be getting the attention that it needs. Okay. The other thing that you need to keep in mind is that people have a misconception that, if you have a nanny as a mom, you're doing absolutely nothing. And that is farthest from the truth. 9 times out of 10, when I have my nanny come, whether she's going on a trip with us or out of town, or we're going to the aquarium or whatever it is, she's coming along as my partner. I'm hiring her to do what I would want, my partner to do, i.e. my husband, my boyfriend, or my fiance, or whatever you want to, whatever your setup is. All right. They're going to be your partner. That's, for me, the way it has worked out the best in the past. So she may be fixing lunch. I might be throwing a load of laundry in the wash machine or whatever. She may be entertaining my baby for a minute while I go up and I fix, the bath and give the baby a bath, and I hand my baby off to her, and then she dresses her so I can go do something else. So I am working full time from home, but I also still have somebody there who I can parlay off of, who can, take the ball for a second, because it was very important for me to not only, spend time with my kids, but I also want to spend time, giving them my quality attention as well. Another thing that you want to consider when hiring a nanny is certifications. Okay. Do you want your nanny to have certifications with, CPR? Do you want them to have early childhood certifications? Like, what type of certifications do you want your nanny to have? Now, keep in mind that a lot of these things will go into the price as well. No, you will not be able to find a quality nanny for $10 an hour. It's not $10. It's not $10 an hour, babe. It's not. Nobody wants to go to their job day in and day out for $10 an hour. If you want to spend $10 an hour, you probably want to go get one of the neighbors, teenagers or something down the street. Nanny is not $10 an hour, okay? I would say a reasonable price will probably start at around $25 an hour, and that price will increase based on how many kids that you have, how many hours that you wanted to work, how, are they educated? Do they have certain certifications? All of that goes into negotiating the hourly rate for your nanny. Other things that you need to keep in mind are vacations, paid vacation time. Do they have sick days? Overtime. Overtime is a thing when you have a nanny, okay? And then how you want to pay your nanny. Are you going to pay them, via payroll? Are you Zelling them? Are you 1099ing them? Like, how does that go into the pay as well? Well, this video is getting kind of long. I'm going to leave it at that. If you have any other questions that you want me to answer, leave them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them based on my experience. Let me know. Thanks, and hit follow for more.